Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy English Daily. My name is Emily, and I am so happy to be here with you again. This is episode number 4, and today we have a really fun and really practical topic. Today we are going to talk about meeting someone new. Think about it. How many times in your life do you meet new people? At a party, at work, at school, in a coffee shop, on your first day in a new city. Meeting new people happens all the time, and when you are learning English, it can feel a little bit scary. What do I say? How do I introduce myself? What if there is an awkward silence? Well, do not worry. After this episode, you will feel much more confident. I am going to teach you exactly what to say, how to say it, and how to keep a conversation going with someone you have just met. So grab your coffee, put on your headphones, and let us get started. Part 1. The first moment, saying hello. Okay, so imagine this. You are at a party. Maybe it is a birthday party. Maybe it is a work event. Maybe it is a neighborhood gathering. You look around and you see someone you do not know. They are standing alone, maybe holding a drink, looking around the room. What do you do? Well, the first step is simple. You walk up to them and you say hello. Now, in English, there are many ways to say hello to someone new. Let me give you a few options. The most simple and classic way is, "Hi, I am Emily." That is it. Short, simple, friendly. You say hi and you give your name. This works in almost every situation. Another common way is, "Hey, how is it going? I am Emily." This is a little bit more casual, a little bit more relaxed. You would use this at a party or a social event with people your own age. If you are in a more formal situation, like a business event or a job interview, you might say, "Hello, it is nice to meet you. My name is Emily." This is polite and professional. Let me give you an important phrase now. Repeat after me. Nice to meet you. This is one of the most important phrases in English when you meet someone for the first time. Nice to meet you. You will use this phrase hundreds of times in your life, so practice it well. And what does the other person usually say back? They say, "Nice to meet you too." Or sometimes, "It is nice to meet you as well." The word too or as well means the same for me. Here is a small tip. When you introduce yourself, smile. I know this sounds obvious, but it really makes a difference. A warm smile tells the other person, "I am friendly. I am happy to talk to you." Even if you are nervous, even if your English is not perfect, a smile makes everything better. Part 2. Asking the first question. Okay, so you have said hello. You have introduced yourself. But now what? This is the moment where many people get nervous. The first few seconds after the introduction. What do you talk about? Here is the secret. You ask a question. When you meet someone new, asking questions is the best way to keep the conversation going. People love to talk about themselves, and when you ask someone a question, you show that you are interested in them. That makes them feel good. So, what kind of questions can you ask? It depends on the situation. If you are at a party, you can ask, "How do you know the host?" The host is the person who organized the party, so you are asking about their connection. This question always leads to more conversation. If you are at a work event, you can ask, "What do you do?" This means, what is your job? It is probably the most common question when meeting someone in a professional setting. If you are in a casual situation, ask, "So, where are you from?" This opens up many possibilities. Maybe the person is from a different city or country. Then you can talk about that place or find something in common. Another useful question: is this your first time here? You can use this at events, restaurants, classes, gyms, anywhere. Let me teach you one more phrase. So, what brings you here? This means, why are you at this event? It sounds natural, interested, and gives the other person a chance to tell their story. Repeat after me. What brings you here? Part 3. Keeping the conversation going. Good. So you have said hello. You have asked your first question. The other person answered. But now what? How do you keep the conversation going? This is where a very important skill comes in. Active listening. Active listening means you really pay attention to what the other person is saying. You do not just wait for your turn to speak. You actually listen, and then you respond to what they said. Let me give you an example. You ask someone, "So, what do you do?" And they say, "I am a teacher. I teach math to teenagers." You could say, "Oh, that is interesting. Do you enjoy it?" This shows that you want to know more. You could say, "Really? That must be challenging. I was terrible at math in school." This is good because you are sharing something about yourself too. That is how conversations work. Like a game of tennis, back and forth. You could also ask, "How long have you been teaching?" This is a follow-up question. Follow-up questions show that you were truly listening. Here is a very useful phrase. "That sounds really interesting." Or, "That sounds amazing." You can use "that sounds" plus an adjective to react to almost anything. It is simple, natural, and it keeps the conversation flowing. Another great trick is the phrase, "me too." If they say, "I love traveling," you can say, "Oh, me too. Where was your last trip?" Finding common ground is the fastest way to build a connection. And if you have nothing in common, say, "Oh, really? I've never tried that. What is it like?" Curiosity is attractive. People enjoy talking to someone who is genuinely interested in learning about them. Part 4. Small talk topics that work. Now let me talk about small talk. Small talk is the kind of easy, light conversation that you have with someone you do not know very well. It is not deep. It is not personal. It is just friendly chatting. And it is a very important skill in English-speaking cultures. So what topics work well for small talk with someone new? Let me give you some safe and popular options. Number 1, the weather. Yes, I know it sounds boring, but it works. You can say, "Beautiful day today, is it not?" Or, "Can you believe how cold it has been?" The weather is safe and everyone can relate to it. Number 2, the place you are in. Comment on something around you. "This is a nice restaurant. Have you been here before?" Or, "I love the music they are playing here." Number 3, food and drinks. "Have you tried the appetizers? They are really good." Or, "What are you drinking? I cannot decide what to order." Food is a universal topic. Everybody eats. Everybody has opinions about food. Number 4, weekend plans. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Or, did you do anything fun last weekend? This is casual, friendly, and it often leads to discovering shared interests. Number 5, travel. Have you traveled anywhere interesting recently? People love talking about their trips. Now, here is something important. There are also topics you should probably avoid when you first meet someone. Things like politics, religion, salary, or very personal questions about relationships. These topics can make people uncomfortable. Save those conversations for when you know the person better. A good phrase to remember: So, what do you like to do in your free time? This is one of the best small talk questions because it lets the other person talk about their hobbies, interests, and passions. And passionate people are interesting people. Repeat after me. What do you like to do in your free time? Part 5. Common situations where you meet new people. Let me now walk you through some specific situations where you might meet someone new. I will give you example dialogues so you can hear how these conversations sound in real life. Situation 1. At a friend's dinner party, you are sitting next to someone you have never met. The food arrives. You turn to them and say, "Hi, I do not think we have met. I am Emily." "Oh, hi, I am Marco. Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you too. So, how do you know Sarah?" "We work together. We have been colleagues for about 3 years now." "Oh, that is great. What kind of work do you do?" "I work in graphic design. What about you?" You see how smooth that is? Each answer naturally leads to the next question. That is the magic of conversation. Situation 2. The first day at a new class or course. You sit down next to someone. You are both waiting for the class to start. "Hey, is this your first time taking this class?" "Yes, it is. I am a bit nervous, actually." "Me too. I am Emily, by the way." "I am Yuki. Nice to meet you." "Nice to meet you too. What made you decide to take this course?" The phrase "by the way" is very useful here. It means also or in addition. You can use "by the way" to introduce yourself naturally in the middle of a conversation without it feeling forced or awkward. Situation 3. At a conference or networking event. "Hi there. I do not think we have met. I am Emily. I work at a marketing agency." "Hello, Emily. I am David. I am in the tech industry." "Oh, nice. What brings you to this conference?" Notice how I added a little bit of information about myself? I said, "I work at a marketing agency." This gives the other person something to work with. Sharing a small detail about yourself makes the conversation easier for both people. Part 6. What to do when the conversation gets stuck. All right, let us talk about something that happens to everyone. The awkward silence. You are talking with someone new, and suddenly, nothing. Nobody speaks. It feels uncomfortable. First, know that this is completely normal. It happens to native speakers too. So do not panic. Here are some techniques to rescue the conversation. Technique 1. Go back to something they said earlier. "Oh, by the way, you mentioned you have a dog. What kind of dog is it?" People love talking about their pets. Technique 2. Comment on something around you. "Oh, it looks like they are about to cut the cake." Or, "It is getting really crowded in here, is it not?" Technique 3. Ask for their opinion. "Can I ask you something? I'm trying to find a good restaurant around here. Do you have any recommendations?" Asking for advice makes people feel valued. Technique 4. Be honest. You can say, "I am not very good at small talk, but I am really enjoying talking to you." Honesty is refreshing, and it often makes the other person relax too. Part 7. How to say goodbye. Okay, we have talked about how to say hello, how to start a conversation, how to keep it going, and what to do when it gets stuck. But there is one more important thing. How do you end the conversation? Ending a conversation with someone new is an art. You do not want to be rude. You do not want to just walk away. But you also do not want to stand there forever talking to the same person. especially at a party or event where there are other people to meet. Here are some polite ways to end a conversation. You can say, "Well, it was really nice talking to you." This is the classic ending phrase. It is warm, polite, and signals that the conversation is coming to an end. You can also say, "I should probably go say hello to a few other people, but it was great meeting you." At social events, everyone understands that you want to mingle. If you want to stay in touch, you can say, "I would love to continue this conversation. Can I get your number?" Or, "Are you on Instagram? Let me add you." Exchanging social media is very common today. Another natural way to end is to use a real reason. "I'm going to grab another drink. It was lovely chatting with you." Or, "I think my friend just arrived. Let us talk again later." Here is a useful phrase to remember. "It was great meeting you." We use this phrase at the end of a first meeting, not, "It was great to know you." We say, "It was great meeting you." Repeat after me. "It was great meeting you." And if you really connected with the person and you want to see them again, you can say, "We should grab a coffee sometime." This is a very common way to suggest meeting again in the future. It is casual and friendly. Part 8. Useful Phrases Review. All right, before we finish, let me review the most important phrases from today's episode. These are phrases you can use immediately the next time you meet someone new. "Hi, I am Emily. Nice to meet you." This is your basic introduction. Simple and effective. "How do you know the host?" Ask this at parties to find out someone's connection to the event. "What do you do?" Ask this to learn about someone's job or profession. "What brings you here?" A great open question for any event or gathering. That sounds really interesting. Use this to react positively to what someone tells you. "Me too." Use this when you find something in common with the other person. "What do you like to do in your free time?" A perfect question for learning about someone's hobbies. "I am Emily, by the way." A natural way to introduce yourself in the middle of a conversation. "It was great meeting you." The perfect phrase to end a first conversation. "We should grab a coffee sometime." A casual way to suggest meeting again. Practice these phrases. Say them out loud. The more you practice, the more natural they will feel in a real conversation. Part 9. My personal tips for meeting new people. Before we go, I want to share a few personal tips with you. These are things I have learned from my own experience meeting new people, both in my native language and in other languages. Tip number 1. Do not try to be perfect. You do not need perfect grammar or big, impressive words. You just need to be friendly and genuine. People remember how you made them feel, not whether your grammar was correct. Tip number 2. Ask more questions than you answer. This is a secret that all great conversationalists know. If you want someone to like you, let them talk about themselves. Ask questions. Show curiosity. Listen. Tip number 3. Remember their name. When someone tells you their name, repeat it. "Nice to meet you, Marco." Using someone's name makes the interaction feel personal. And if you forget, just ask, "I am so sorry. What was your name again?" It happens to everyone. Tip number 4. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. You might mispronounce a word or forget a word in the middle of a sentence. That is completely fine. Most people are kind and patient. Many people actually find it admirable that you are learning a new language. So be brave. Speak. Make mistakes. and keep going. And that is the end of episode 4. Thank you so much for listening today. I really hope this episode helps you feel more confident the next time you meet someone new. Remember, every person you meet is an opportunity to practice your English and maybe make a new friend. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Easy English Daily and share it with someone who is also learning English. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Tell me about the last time you met someone new, or which phrase from today is your favorite. I will see you in the next episode. Until then, take care of yourself, be kind to others, and remember, every conversation starts with a simple hello. This is Emily, and you have been listening to Easy English Daily. Bye for now.